Good evening, everyone. This is Ryan Hoyme, aka Massage Nerd, and tonight I have a special guest. Her name is Jane Irving, and she's been a practicing massage therapist for 23 years now. She received a Bachelor of Science Degree from Northeastern University, Boston in 1983. Her love for the science promoted her to attend massage school. She received her massage training at the Institute of Massage Therapy in Boston from 1987 to 1988. She furthered her massage training under Ben Benjamin at the Muscular Therapy Institute in Cambridge. In 2004, Jane decided to become an educator. The rural nature of Maine spurred an interest in web-based education. Jane asked herself as a user, how would I like an online course structured? The answer to this question led to the current online presentation that included a no-nonsense approach. All hands-on modalities have a hands-on requirement. Welcome tonight, Jane.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi. So you're in your cabin right now, so hopefully it has good acoustics, right?
Yeah, hopefully it does. It's about 10 below zero out, so as long as the wind doesn't knock out my internet, we'll be good to go.
Okay. 10 below up there? Oh, ouch.
Yeah, I live in Maine, Ryan. I live in Maine. It's going to be about 10 below tonight, so that's what they say. We'll see.
Yep. And for your courses, so you've been doing this since 2004 then for your online courses?
Yes, it was probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. My previous business partner and I, we decided to create a DVD, and we did one DVD because we thought that a training video for a spa treatment would be a good thing to do. So we created our first DVD, and then that was it. And then we said, this is old school, let's go online, and all of our education is presented in streaming video.
Okay. Okay. And then did you guys get a lot of positive feedback in the beginning then, and how did that all come about then?
In the beginning, the challenge was trying to explain to people how to navigate, because video, I don't even know when was YouTube invented? Was YouTube around then?
Almost 6 years ago it was made.
Yeah, so anyway,
Yeah.
so video, streaming video really, wasn't very popular, and a lot of people didn't have high-speed internet connections. But you know what? I don't think Ford waited for everybody to get a driveway before he built the car. So we just You like that one, Ryan?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, so we just started winging it, basically. One of our first content providers to step up to the plate was Steve Capaldi, and we still have his content on our website today. We have a lot of Thai spa courses that he created, and we have some content that I've created. We have Kim Collier, Balinese massage, beautiful course. We just added a new course this week, deep tissue massage and the Thumper. You know, Michael Waters from Thumper.
Yep.
You must see him at the conferences.
Yep.
Anyways, we took his Thumper and we created a deep tissue massage protocol. It is unbelievable. It's a great course. It is. It is. It is.
Does it thump you? Does it thump you right?
Oh, it thumps you right.
Yeah.
You know, Franny, my loyal office assistant, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, anyways, Franny, my loyal office assistant, and I, we got together in her treatment room. She's still a practicing MT, and we took this Thumper. We did everything but spin it over our heads and laugh through the kids. We created this unbelievable protocol. We love it. We love it. That's our latest course. Okay, we have deep tissue. We have prenatal massage, salt scrubs, mud wraps, Thai massage, or Thai spa. We have the Balinese. Oh, we have another great course, the Nayatar body saver course, Patrick and Gracia.
Okay.
So we have a course by him. You know Patrick, right?
Yep. Very dry sense of humor and very funny.
Yeah, he's a riot.
Yep.
His daughter Tina is hilarious,
Yep.
absolutely hilarious. I really look forward to seeing them at the conferences. They're a lot of fun.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, so we have one of Patrick and Gracia's courses. I'm in the middle of doing a course for James Lasky.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the James Lasky course because he's brilliant. He really is. I'm not just saying that. I've known him for years. He's great. His content is unbelievable. So he has a full certification program, several hours. Can't remember the number off the top of my head, but it's a lot. And he has DVDs that accompany his live training. That's, like I say, several hours. So I took his first piece, which is his complicated cervical conditions workshop, and I broke it down to its simplest form. So this course is designed to get the user interested in the course. The user, or I call them users, I guess, because it's online education, students will be able to see who James is, see the work, see what he does, and instead of jumping into the full certification, they will know at the end of this, I think it's going to be 4 CEs, they will know at the end of this 4 CE course whether or not they want to jump in and do the full certification. So we're really, really excited about it.
Awesome. And are all your courses delivered online then?
They are all delivered online. The majority are in streaming video, but we also have some slide courses. Shri Sonan Mo, we have 3 marketing classes by her, all excellent, and we have 3 ethics courses, and then the rest are all streaming video. We're in the process of adding an aromatherapy. Did I say therapy?
Yeah. It's late where you are, so.
Therapy. An aromatherapy for crazy rabbits.
Yeah.
No, because we couldn't do it for crazy rabbits. The oil would stick to their fur. Anyway, we've got, so we're going to add aromatherapy. We're going to add trigger point. I have a reflexology that I'm working on. So I'm very excited about the content. Oh, you know what else I'm working on? Our buddies from Canada, Eric Brown.
Okay. Thermopalms? Okay.
Thermopalms. We are getting really close to launching his Thermopalms class, so I'm very excited about that class too.
And you're not too far away from him too, so you can just take a little drive up there, right?
Yeah, he has to send me a little more content, and I told him if he doesn't, I am going to drive up there. But believe it or not, they're further away than you think. They're about 12 hours away.
What?
So I know. Ryan, Maine is a giant state. I live in an area called Down East. It's right on the coast, and it's called Down East. So you would think Down East would be close to the Massachusetts border. Down East is about 4 hours deep from the New Hampshire Mass border. I'm about 4.5, 5 hours from Boston, and then there's another 6 or 7 to get up to the Canadian border. As a matter of fact, when I drove to Canada, I drove down through Boston and through New York and right through Niagara Falls, and that's how I got to the Canadian conference.
Okay.
But anyways, Montreal's only 3 hours from me, and you have to drive right by the camp I'm in right now. So you could drive up and visit me, and we could hit Montreal.
Yeah. I think Minnesota's colder than you are, though. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what they say. That's what they say.
Yeah, I feel it.
That's all right. I'm excited about the cold. I'm going to go skiing tomorrow.
Oh, I've never been skiing though, even though I've lived in Minnesota all my life. So.
Well, anyway.
And then So you're thinking about James Wasowski, Eric Brown from Thermopalms, aromatherapy. Do you have other things on the horizon too for different kind of classes that you're going to be offering?
Isn't that enough? Didn't I just
No,
name off like classes?
that's never enough. Come on.
Ryan, it's ski season. What can I tell you? Yeah, we actually create content for private clients as well. So, if I told you that, I'd have to come and kill you.
Oh.
So, I am doing other things other than what I just told you about. But other things on the horizon. Well, we have some other people that we're talking to. I mean, we're going to do our best to keep adding content and keep adding content and just basically give our users a nice wide variety, because we don't want somebody to take a course and never come back. So
Yeah.
we want to keep adding the content that they want to see. What I'm finding is that the content that we offer is, I don't want to say basic. It's the content we offer can be added almost immediately to a menu of services, which would increase a massage therapist's revenue stream. I love James Wasowski. I love Ben Benjamin, Whitney Lowe, Eric Dalton. Their content is brilliant, and it's a target market. So when you study with one of them, you really need to be focused, and you need to study. You need to take some time with the content, and you need to master it. The content that we offer would be content that a massage therapist, like I say, could add to their menu of services immediately. So let's say you're out there and you're doing deep tissue, and maybe you're doing prenatal, and maybe you want to add a spa treatment. You would take our salt scrubs mud wrap class, and you could add your spa treatment immediately. Or let's say you wanted to learn hot stone. Well, you could take our hot stone class, and you could add that modality immediately. You know what I'm saying? Versus studying with one of the masters.
Yep. And is there a requirement in order to take these classes then?
You mean to receive certification?
Yeah.
Yes. We have a hands-on requirement for all of our hands-on modalities. So, for instance, if you take the hot stone course, you would view the video. And I'll tell you a little bit about how it works. I'll get back to that in a minute. But anyways, you would view the course, and you would download all of what we call the printable handouts. It's your hard copy text. And included in your hard copy text would be your practice log and a proctored practical exam. So we require that the massage therapist practice the treatment several times. I think with the hot stone, we require 4 practice sessions. So you would have to find 4 people to perform a hot stone on, and you would record that in your practice log. And I think we have a place in the practice log where the client also writes a little note and critiques the MT. And then we have a proctored practical, and that would be where the MT would seek out another licensed MT who practices hot stone, and they would practice their hot stone practical on that licensed MT, and then that licensed MT would critique them. And so those are some of the checks and balances we have in place. And of course, we have the quizzes and we have finals. Our courses include benefits, contraindications, learning outcomes, equipment and supplies, treatment setup, cleanup. We have marketing tips, ways to research your target market, suggested fees. Let me think. Course descriptions, or treatment descriptions. So there's a lot of info. And when the user logs in, they would choose a course, they would enroll in the course, choose a username and password, just like you would at any other website. you'd be directed to pay via credit card, and then you're in the course. And the course is a series of slides, much like a PowerPoint. So you click on a slide, and the slide will either have audio and text or video with audio and text. And you would just navigate your way up through the entire course. And then, of course, you can go back and preview, and you can set your laptop up while you're practicing and review the treatment protocol video. And that's pretty much how you would do it.
Is there a time frame for people to complete it, or can they take their time at it?
They can take their time. We suggest they try and complete it in 30 days because we want everybody to receive their certification. We don't like it when someone buys a course but they don't complete it. It's not that we don't like it. We want the user to complete it.
Yeah.
So we find sometimes if you say to people, oh, take your time. I know when someone says to me, take your time, that means I may never get back to it. So we strongly suggest people complete it within 30 days, and we find that to be that time frame works, and people seem to enjoy that time frame. So it all works out.
And can people use PayPal too, or is it just credit card?
PayPal.
Okay.
That is how they pay, via PayPal.
Okay.
You do not need a PayPal account to pay on PayPal. That sometimes confuses people, but you do not need a PayPal account.
Yeah.
So.
And then can people cheat on the classes then too, like not take certain parts and finish it, or?
Well, that's a good question, Ryan. No, they cannot, because Big Brother is watching them, or Big Sister. That would be me.
Yep.
I'm Big Sister. We can see. We actually set it up so the user has to complete one piece before they can move on to the next piece.
Okay.
But I find that massage therapists are fairly responsible. And when they take a course, say for instance, if they take a prenatal course, they take it because they really want to learn prenatal massage. So most of the time they don't try and circumvent it. And let's put it this way: I've never heard the dog ate my homework. So I think we're all set.
The dog ate your computer.
Right. I do get a lot of crazy computer stories, but and most of those I believe, because now that I work online, it is very very interesting, kind of the crazy things that happen when you just randomly lose content. I think it lands where the lost socks go. You know how sometimes you'll only get one sock out of the dryer?
Yep. And you never know where the other one is. Yep.
Right. I think everybody knows that. The sock heaven.
Yeah.
Sometimes the content goes to lost content heaven. Who knows where?
Yep.
But anyways, I digress. What else you got for me, Ryan? Hit me with another question.
What kind of browser can people use? Can people use Firefox, Explorer, Safari, all those different ones?
They can, and they can view it on PC or Mac.
Okay. And even with the video, do you have to have like QuickTime installed, or Windows Media
It's all
Player?
Flash.
It's what?
Flash.
Flash. Okay.
All the video is Flash.
Okay. So you just can't watch it on an iPad though, right?
I can't believe that. What's up with iPad? I wanted an iPad, but I got a Nook for Christmas, and I heard through the grapevine, although Barnes & Noble is now declared bankruptcy, I heard through the grapevine that Nook would be able to support Flash, so I've got to find that out. So if anybody has a Nook, you may be able to watch it on your Nook. I think the Droid phone, you can view the course on a Droid, and I think there are some other tablets coming out, aren't they? And Samsung has got one.
Motorola,
so those,
yep.
Motorola. So those should support Flash.
Yep, it's just Apple and Adobe never get along, so.
They don't, they don't play well together, which is truly unfortunate.
Yep.
What can you do?
What is your most popular class you offer?
Hot stone.
Hot stone? Okay.
People still love the hot stone.
So they can
And
get...
I can see why. I love hot stone massage. And I don't practice anymore because I'm too busy writing content. But when I practiced massage, I loved doing hot stone. Loved it.
And what is the difference? I see a hot shell course you offer. What's the big difference with that, with hot shell compared to hot stone then?
The shell is a self-heating product. And, you know, the stone you would heat in a warmer or a roaster. Back in the day when I took my hot stone class, there were no spa warmers, I can't remember what do they call them? Spa roasters, spa heaters.
Yeah.
Anyways, we bought roasters that you would roast a chicken or a turkey in at Walmart. So that's how you heat your, you don't heat the shells in a warmer. Geez, I started down the path of heating the stones in the chicken roaster and go. It's amazing. It's amazing I can write content given my attention span.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, the shell is an interesting product. It's a self-heating product. It's an all-natural product. The stone, of course, everybody, I think, everybody is familiar with that. You throw them in the stone heater and pour water over it and turn it up.
Yeah. Why do you think shells really haven't caught on totally yet?
Well, that's a very good question. I don't really know.
Because it seems really unique and stuff, and
it does seem unique. I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure they've really marketed them to the massage industry. I think the product is more of a spa product.
okay. So maybe more of the cosmetologists or those people might know a little bit more about it than the average massage, maybe. And
Right. They haven't mainstreamed it into the massage industry yet. That's what I would say.
And in January, I actually saw Steve Capaldi in person. So we went to the massage school makeover. He was down there. And very nice guy.
Oh yeah, Steve Capaldi is a riot.
Yeah.
He is a riot. I love him. I think he's going to be at AMC.
Okay.
In May.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I got an email from Cliff Korn today. He's going, so should be a lot of fun. All of you listeners out there, everybody go. It's going to be great. These Canadians are a blast. They're going to make sure everybody has a great time.
Yeah, they know how to do conferences the right way. So.
I would agree. I would definitely agree.
Are you going to have a booth there then?
Oh, I'm not a booth person, Ryan.
You can't stay in one place, or what?
I cannot stay in one place, no. And if I put my faithful office assistant in the booth, she'll kill me. Yeah, I mean, I have a laptop. That's my product, right? So I go to people. To peddle my wares. I go booth to booth with my laptop. So it all works out. So no, I will not have a booth. I did have a booth once. The very first show I did many years ago in Cincinnati, I had a booth, and it just about killed me. I couldn't take the booth. I couldn't stand being in the booth. But so no, I will not have a booth. But I will be there. I'll visit your booth. Are you going to have a booth?
Yep, I'm going to do live interviews in my booth, so make sure you sign up for it.
I will.
Okay.
I definitely will.
Because I'm going to do live streaming ones too, so everybody
Really?
can watch. Yep.
Tell me about that. What do you mean live streaming? What's the
So
story
I'm
on that?
going to use the same platform at the American Massage Conference, so people can actually see and actually chat during the same time, so they can ask questions to the people, and I'm just going to every 15 minutes I'm going to have a different person to talk to, and yep, I'm going to kick it up a notch. You know?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Are you going to bring your wife?
Yep, and she's going to be taking pictures the whole time, so I'm going to
Oh,
put her to work. Yep.
very nice.
Yep.
Very nice. Well, I'm going to show up on Wednesday and help the Canucks set up. So
Okay.
that should be a good time.
Yep.
Good time. I'm going to pace myself. Woo.
Yeah.
To get much sleep.
Are you
But I'm
going?
gonna have to
Are you
pace
going to
myself.
any other conferences this year then?
I may go to the Florida conference. I wanted to go to the New England conference, but I probably won't make it because I'm going to be back at my little mountain house, where I am now, with family. So I'm not going to make it to the New England conference, which is unfortunate because it's only down in the Boston area. It's only 5 hours away, so I could even drive. When you live in Maine, nothing is close. There is nothing. It's hard to get everywhere. In fact, for AMC, Franny and I are going to drive to Boston just so we can take a direct flight to Atlanta.
What?
I know. Otherwise, we have to drive an hour to the airport. I mean, the closest airport's an hour away, for God's sake. I don't know. Maine is rural, I'm telling you. It's crazy.
Time to relocate. Yeah.
I know. I grew up in the Boston area. I feel like I need a little more city, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So anyways, what was it? Oh, am I going to any other conferences? Okay, so I will definitely go back to the Canadian conference in November. Loved that one. Had a great time. And then the Florida conference, I think, is in July. And I'll definitely go to the AMTA National Conference. I don't know where that one is, though. Do you?
I think
No?
Oregon, I think it is.
Yeah, so I'll definitely go to that one. What about you?
I'm going to American Massage Conference, Take It to the Summit with Vivian Mahoney in April, and then World Massage Festival, Canadian Massage Conference. Those are the ones for right now.
Oh, World Massage Festival.
Yep.
That was a blast. I might go to that again. That was one of the best conferences I've been to.
And that's where you left all your notes to me.
Yes, and you had to mail them back to me.
Yep.
Oh my God, there was a recipe on there for juice and everything. Oh, what a riot. Yeah, where's the World Massage Festival?
North Carolina.
Yeah, I probably will go back there. Oh my God, we had the best time. We went and visited the Four Roses whiskey factory.
Oh.
That was so much fun. We stayed an extra day, so Four Roses. I don't want to. Is it whiskey? Yeah, it's Four Roses whiskey, right? Because that's what they make in Kentucky, right? Okay. So anyway, so we call the Four Roses whiskey distillery, and they said that they were closed for the season, but if it was an emergency, to hit 0. So I hit 0, and I got Cliff, the security guard, and he said, we're closed. And I said, well, that's unfortunate because we came all the way from Maine, and we'd love to have a tour. And he said, well, come on over. I'll give you a private tour.
Oh.
So we drove to the Four Roses distillery and met Cliff.
Oh.
And the whole way there, we made up these crazy tales about how we were driving to our own kidnapping, and Cliff was probably going to pistol whip us and throw us in one of the vats. Anyway, Cliff ended up being a really nice guy. And so we're walking around the distillery, and we said, Cliff, do do you drink the Four Roses? And he said, not since I met up with the law. Not since you met up with the law. I had a little run-in with the law. Now I'm just a security guy. So we don't really know what happened with Cliff and whiskey. Apparently he ran into a few problems, so he gave up drinking it and just became a security guard there. But that World Massage Festival was a blast. That was probably one of the highlights, going to that distillery. And then we drove to the Maker's Mark distillery and we took a tour of that too. It was only about 110 degrees that day, so by the end of the day we were beat.
Oh, nasty.
But, yeah.
And then you have a Facebook fan page too then?
I do, Ryan. I haven't done a whole lot with it. I have to, though. I have to. That's on my to-do list, to add all my content to my Facebook fan page.
Okay.
I'm
giving you till the end of the month, okay?
Give me till the end of the month. I took a social media marketing class. I would advise all of your users to take one. Now, I don't have one on my site yet, but that's another course that I'm working on. Believe it or not, I took it through SCORE. Are you familiar with SCORE?
Yep.
Okay, so for anybody who isn't, SCORE is a bunch of retired executives who will help you for free. So SCORE ran this workshop. The retired exec didn't run it. SCORE hired a girl. She was, 12 maybe. No, I'm only kidding. I think she was mid-20s, but she seemed 12 because she was so up on technology. Anyway, she walked us through Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to take her content and create a class with it, because the info is unbelievable. There's a lot of social media marketing stuff in our industry. A lot of people in our industry are talking about how they're social media marketing experts. And for me, when I listen to their content, they never take me to the next step, which is show me. Show me. You know what I'm saying, Ryan?
Yep.
Anybody can say, well, you should get a Facebook page. Well, what does that mean? I should get a Facebook page. Get a Facebook page and put content on it. Well, what do you like? What content? Wait, how am I supposed to do this? Right? This social media marketing workshop was unbelievable. I mean, it was just step by step. So I'm talking to her about her content, because I definitely have to get that up on the site. Because don't you think so, Ryan? I mean, so many MTs, especially MTs who are not younger. I mean, if you're 40-ish or older, technology sometimes presents a little bit of a challenge because we didn't grow up with it, right? So,
yep.
So I think that more people in our industry would be involved in social media and technology if someone walked them right through it. Log in here, create a username and a password, now upload your content. That means write something fun, write something great, write this, write that, pull out your video camera, get a clip, throw it into a simple editing system, throw it up on the site. So I think if people had more step-by-step instructions, they'd utilize it.
Yeah, I'd love to see people utilize video a lot more too. It's just not being used much.
Well, unless you're in the video loop, it's hard to understand, how do I get this video that I just shot into a clip? Have you ever, well, you do this, so you have seen it. When you export a clip, there's 3,000 choices on what formats to put it into. It's really hard to figure out. Ryan, don't you think so? It's true.
YouTube, but YouTube makes it so simple. You can even record from your webcam and just do it that way even.
Yes, yes, that's true. I would agree. I would agree. I would agree. I'm lucky. I have a videographer on speed dial, so I just shoot all my content, and I do my rough editing, and then he bumps it into QuickTime, and then I finalize it, record my voiceovers, and then he turns it into Flash. And if I need something edited up, he will do it for me. But I think when you're on YouTube, can you actually edit in and out, chunks of video?
Just the front end and the back end you can edit, because they just made that in the last year. You can do that then.
Yeah.
But it's better than nothing. But otherwise, I mean, if people have PCs, Windows Media Maker, it's great basic content. Or so many people are using Flip Video now. Have you heard of that?
Right.
Yeah. So it's pretty simple. And they even have built-in editing software with that, so it's really self-explanatory. So it's getting a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. My guy uses Final Cut Pro.
That's hard. I still haven't understood that yet.
that's really. I mean, you have to go to school for Final Cut Pro, but Final Cut Pro. That's why my video looks so beautiful, because we shoot it all in high def, and my film editor edits it in Final Cut Pro, which is the program that they use for major motion pictures. So, that's why I don't do my own stuff, because I can't figure out the program, and he just does it for me.
Yeah, because I sometimes will use Final Cut Express, so that's kind of a watered down version. And
Final Cut Express isn't too bad.
Yeah. And do you offer discounts from time to time then too for your program? I mean your classes?
Let's offer a discount for all the Massage Nerd listeners. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And you know what? I haven't even mentioned my website, because I know right now your listeners have their hot little mitts on their keys saying, "Tell me, what's the website? I have to know." Did we mention our website? I don't think we did. Anyway,
No, yeah.
the website is www.mylearninglibrary.course, like I take a course, COURSE, host, HOST.com. mylearninglibrary.coursehost.com.
Okay, and I just put that in the chat so people can click on that easy.
And I am going to have my office assistant create a promo code that should be up within the next 24 hours.
Okay.
And the promo code will be Massage Nerd. So pick a course, you'll see promo code, type in Massage Nerd, and we'll give everybody a 10% discount. How does that sound?
Awesome.
Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't know, should the promo code be Ryan? Is that easier for everybody?
Yeah, nobody knows my name as much as Massage Nerd, so.
Okay. So we'll keep it as Massage Nerd. So then you have to put on your Facebook page, Massage Nerd, 10%, promo, whatever.
And can you email me and let me know when that's live so I can let everybody know then?
I will.
Okay. So
I will email you and let you know when it is live.
Okay.
I will.
And you also sell your courses through Massage Warehouse too, don't you?
I do. Massage Warehouse sells a lot of courses for me. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is there any place that you don't sell it?
No. If there is a vendor out there who would like to assist me or partner with me in distributing my courses, I would love to give you a percentage of the revenue. Call me or email me.
Okay.
If there is anybody out there with content that they would like to see in an online class, call me or email me. Love to work with you.
So you do you teach some of the classes then too?
Yes, we always we hire a model. We hire models to lay on the massage table, and then actually, Franny is our massage therapist of choice because she's a great therapist, and I usually direct the video shoot, so it's easier for me to be looking at the monitor and making sure that we get the shot, making sure that it's close enough and that it reads well. So was that the question?
Yep.
Do I teach them? Yeah.
Yep. And I heard yours is a voiceover too and stuff once.
Yeah, I did a course a long time ago where where everybody was mic'd, and it just takes so long to shoot video when people are mic'd because it's hard to talk and do it at the same time. So now what we do is we shoot all the content, and then I record the voiceovers.
Okay. And what do you say about some therapists that are totally against online education?
Good question. It's been my experience that the MTs who are against online education feel that was that you? I just had a whole bunch of messages pop up, and I was
Nope.
trying to read them talk at the same time.
No.
Anyway, they feel that you cannot. It's not the same learning experience. It's not the same quality of learning. If you see something online versus a live workshop, and I actually have a lot to say about that. If we go with, let's say, a prenatal massage, or let's say D-tissue, right? If you go to a live workshop, you may go to a 2-day live workshop. So you show up on day one, and the instructor demonstrates the techniques, and there could be anywhere from 10 to, who knows, 200 people in the room. Hopefully, if there's a few hundred people, they would have aides walking around, but that teacher's aides, but that's still not the actual instructor, the person you came to see. So you spend 2 8-hour days, you spend your 16 hours, and that's it. And you're done. And you walk away with a certification. When you take online education, you watch the video, and then you watch it again, and then you practice, and then you watch it again, and you watch it again. And I feel like it's almost better than a live workshop. I mean, if you're in a live workshop and it's a very small ratio, and you have an opportunity to be one-on-one with these instructors, then you're probably getting, you're definitely getting your money's worth. But how many times do you go to these workshops and there are a lot of people, and you leave thinking, do I really know how to do this? So that's what I think. And I also think that MTs who are against it it's their own deal. I don't know what their real anxiety is. I honestly don't think it's online education.
Do you think they just never did it before? Some of them have never done it before too. They just don't know what to expect. And
yes, I do think that's yeah. I would agree with that. And I also think that sometimes people have a difficult time moving forward with new concepts, and certainly online education I've seen in my massage career. Who would ever think, when I went to massage school 23 years ago, I didn't even own a computer. If someone had said to me, okay, Jane, 23 years from now, you're going to be an instructor, online education via the internet and streaming video. What's the internet and what's streaming video?
Al Gore invented it, remember?
Right, right. So, I mean, I think there was a lot more resistance, but now I think people are beginning to come around. And, you know, I think that's what makes our country so great. If you don't like it, you don't want to do it, no one's going to make you.
Yep.
You know, if you really feel like you need to participate in only live workshops, good for you. That's what you should do. My problem is when people decide that what they don't like, they need to, they need, no one else is allowed to do it. But I find that online education is pretty well accepted, and a lot of the states are jumping on board. It's what the MTs want.
And didn't
Because for years, I mean, you could buy a DVD 20 years ago and learn a modality. It really, online education, it's the same thing, except I'm not sending out a physical product. You're watching it right on your laptop.
And didn't the national boards change their requirements for online education too recently?
They change a lot of stuff a lot of the time.
24/7 what?
And it all boils down to the separate states. They allow online education, and then it boils down to the states and the states separate, you know, their own rules and regulations. So.
And have you ever run into problems with your people, some of your people taking the online education and then not able to use it for national credit at all?
We tell everybody that they need to check with their state and make sure that they know what their individual state requirements are.
Okay. So that's a nice thing, just to be safe, because again, rules change all the time too, so you just never know.
So I can't keep up. Yes, the rules constantly change, which really is unfortunate. I'd like to see across the board, which I think, isn't that what MBLEX is trying to do? I would like to see one set of requirements for all the states. That's what I would, but, you know, for instance, Maine has no requirements. There are no, I can get a massage license year in and year out without any requirements. I don't ever have to take a CEU class in Maine. And I actually disagree with that. I think we should have to take some continuing education. And then there are states that are so strict, and I won't throw them under the bus. It's almost impossible. They only allow licensed MTs from their own state to provide CEs. So it really runs the gamut.
Yep, it's just like, why can't all the states just get along? And
I know. I don't know, Ryan. Why can't we all get along?
Well, I live in Minnesota, and there's no rules and regulations at all, so.
Well, what about it? Minnesota and Maine are the same, and they both begin with M.
Yep. Yeah, because the only thing we have, anything close, it's called the CAML law, and all it is, the client just has to sign a complimentary alternative medicine bill. It's a client bill of rights. That's all they have to do. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, but every year we get a little bit closer and closer to regulation, so it'll eventually happen. But for about 20 years now, they've been trying it. So.
Right. You know. Well, you know, massage therapists are an interesting breed. They don't want any rules and regulations, but I think deep down they do. I don't know. It's I don't like rules. I don't like regulations. I don't want any. I would love it if nobody had any, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know, I think we need strict requirements for core education, because that is, you know, that's the basis of all massage. When I went to massage school back in the day, I learned Swedish massage. That's it. I didn't learn anything else. That's the only massage I learned was Swedish massage. And we practiced Swedish massage, day in and day out for months. But looking back, I got a great education. I didn't learn a little bit of 10 modalities. So in reality, when they turned me out, I didn't know anything. I had a solid core education, and I think that's really important. And then I find MTs who take continuing education. They're very responsible about it. Getting back to MTs feeling like online education is easy or that the MT isn't putting forth any effort. I think we need to treat people like grown-ups, like in any other profession. PTs, nurses, teachers, they're required to fulfill a CE requirement, and they fulfill that requirement. And I think that MTs are just as responsible. And when they're required to do continuing education, whether they take a live workshop or they take an online course. In fact, I mean, I would say my online courses, my hands-on modalities, are a lot more rigorous. For instance, the hot stone. If you take a 16-hour hot stone course, you spend 2 days heating stones and massaging people. That's it. You're not required to practice in it and record that in a practice log and submit it to the instructor. Once the instructor turns you out, you've never actually probably even done a full body hot stone. You just you learned how to heat them, and you did some strokes, and maybe you practiced on a partner. When you take my hot stone course, you have to actually do a full body hot stone massage 4 times or 6 times. I can't remember how many it is. I think it's 4. And log it in the practice log. And there's a lot to be said about having to find a client, put them on the table, practice, walk through the protocol, have them sign off on it. So, anyways, I'd argue that I think my courses are very rigorous.
Okay. And then what qualifies people to teach online classes, would you say?
Interesting question. I don't know. I don't think there are any qualifications because I've seen some pretty brutal online courses. I'll tell you how we find our courses. Who hasn't gone to one of those workshops or watched one of those DVDs where the content provider spends 22 minutes talking about themselves? And then I did this, and then I climbed Kilimanjaro with a one-armed man, and blah, blah, blah. And then I massaged 10 people at the same time, and on and on and on. We have no egos, and I really don't think anybody really wants to know a whole lot about me. So I thought, as a student, if I took a course, what do I want to know? Well, I want to know the name of the course. I want to know the treatment description. I want to know what I'm going to learn. And then I want to know the benefits. I want to know the contraindications. I want a supplies list. What do I need? Tell me how to set up for the treatment and show me how to do it. And then when you're done with that, give me some marketing tips. That's really all I need to know, right? Wouldn't you say so? I'm asking, Ryan. I'm asking. Is there anything else anybody really wants to know? I mean, that's really all you want to know. How do I do it? What do I need? And show me how to do it. And that's what our courses are about. And that's the feedback we get. We love it when someone emails us and says, "Love the course. Simple, straightforward. You showed me what I needed. You showed me how to do it. Done." And that's what we do.
It's called KISS, right? Do you know what that KISS stands for?
No.
Keep it simple, stupid.
I love that. I'm going to have to stop putting a pair of lips on my, somewhere, like to find Waldo.
Yep.
I'll put some lips in my course somewhere. Simple.
Yeah, you get 10% off if you find the lips within 10 minutes. No.
Oh, what a riot. You're cracking me up.
And I had a question about, let's say somebody has Dialup. Are they able to do your courses then?
No,
Okay, so it's
Dialup won't work.
okay.
Well, if they can get to YouTube on their Dialup, then they could use our courses. But Dialup, are we talking the old-fashioned Dialup,
No,
or are we
not the
talking
AOL one, but just
online?
it's say under megabyte or so, or per speed.
I mean, if it's the old school Dial-up, no. But if it's high speed through the phone line, yes.
Okay, so it is possible then. Okay.
Yes.
And why did you totally go into education though? I mean, you talked a little bit about in the beginning and stuff, but is there anything? Did you have anybody that you really looked up to back in the day, or somebody that just kind of made it click?
Steve Capaldi. I would say that I went into education because of Steve Capaldi. And when we created our first DVD, which was Salt Scrubs and Mud Wraps, we just did it to do it. We thought it would be fun to create a DVD. People started buying it. People started giving us feedback. And we said, well, we're pretty good at this. People like our content. Let's continue. So that's how it all began. And also, again, getting back to Maine, there's no people and there's no money. So when I lived down in the Boston area, way back when, I worked at a busy chiropractic office. Then I moved to Maine, and I was chasing the tourists. So I worked at a ski resort in the winter, which is where I am at my little cabin house now, Sugarloaf. And I worked on an island called Mount Desert Isle in the summer, very popular, Bar Harbor, Northeast Harbor, Acadia National Park. Anyway, I thought I would love to have a more year-round income. So we created the first DVD, and then we started teaching live workshops, and then I went to the online stuff.
Okay, so you used to teach online, actual live workshops then? And
Yes.
okay, did you like that then, or?
I loved it. Yeah, I love teaching. I think it's a lot of fun.
And do you plan to do any more of those live ones?
Yeah, I think I'd do a live workshop if there was a need. It's tough for me to pull myself out of my office though, and get busy with it. 'Cause I'm so busy with my online stuff.
And do you offer a partners program at all?
I do offer a partners program.
And what does that entail then?
Contact me, and we can talk about how to get my courses on your site. Not you, Ryan, but your being anybody out there who's interested. And we'll talk about a revenue share. Hey, Ryan, if you want to assist me if you want to partner with me, I'd love to have you. I think it will be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Maybe we should talk about that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
We'll make it work somehow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Once we make $1 million from the Massage Nerd promo code.
Yep. And can students interact with other students during the course at all, or is it just mostly interacting with you then?
Mostly interacting with me.
Okay. And with that, can you chat with them, or do you email them, or do you ever talk to them on the phone at all?
Mostly email, and sometimes they call.
Okay.
So people can call us, and we have our contact info all over the courses. So it's not uncommon for someone to email us questions, and we get back to them very quickly.
Okay. And are all your courses nationally board approved then?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So what they vary in different credit wise then too, or?
Yes. Yes. If you visit the site, you can click on course catalog, and you'll see the course name, the description, the number of CEs, and the course fee.
Okay. And is there anything else that we have not covered, would you say, that you need covered?
I think we've covered everything. I have a question for you.
Okay, I got the answer. No.
Okay. Where did you get your Massage Nerd logo? I love it. Did you do that yourself?
Yeah, I actually made that myself. It's a program, Microsoft Digital Pro 10. It's a PC program back in the day, and I like Legos, and I have blonde hair and I have green eyes, so that's why I kind of based it off of. And yeah.
I love it. I love the little tuft of hair that says Massage Nerd. That's a riot.
And I tried making t-shirts, but I stopped doing that just for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Because the eyeballs are just not in the right place. So yeah.
Oh my God, that's right. Hey, you know what I love is the nail clipper that you gave out. I don't know what conference it was at, but my husband has his Massage Nerd nail clippers in his truck, so
Yep.
I love the nail clippers. That you remember that, right? You
Yep.
had nail clippers.
Yeah, so at the World Massage Festival and also the FSMTA, I gave those out and stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
Love
thanks.
it.
And you would think that more massage vendors and stuff would give those out, but yeah, nobody does. So.
You were the first one.
Yeah, but it just makes sense, you know.
Yeah, it does make sense. It definitely does.
Yep, and no.
I'm trying to think of something that I could put my website on. I wish I had thought about the nail clipper, because that was good. I can't take that now, because now that's your thing now.
No, that's
And
okay. You could do it because it costs so much to ship those. So.
Did it cost a lot to ship them?
Yes, they're so heavy. That's the problem. So.
Oh, what a riot!
But when you buy them in bulk, they're around 70 to 80 cents a piece. So it's kind of reasonable. So.
Right,
You know,
right.
yeah.
I'm thinking of doing a little Post-it notepad. I think a Post-it notepad is good. I love Post-it notes.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who writes Post-it notes constantly, but I love Post-it notes.
You can always use them no matter what. So.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, this will be good. We'll give everybody, we'll give the Massage Nerd peeps a 10% discount. I will email you, Ryan. I'll make sure that Franny gets that up within 24 hours. And anybody out there listening who wants to give us a call, 460-5756, area code 207, if you have any questions. Ryan's going to put the website up. And we just love to hear from people. So give us a call and or email us and take a course if you like.
Okay.
Love to have you.
Or two. Yep.
Or two. You can roll those CEs over. Hey.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much tonight, Jane.
No problem. Thank you.
You enjoy your little getaway, okay?
Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.